This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Friday, July 18th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. While the WNBA's brightest stars will shine on the court at Gainbridge Fieldhouse this weekend, a team of volunteers will have some renewable energy of their own on the concourse. For the first time, Gainbridge is partnering with Protect Where We Play to bring reusable cups to the venue.
Being able to replace over the course of a weekend, 25,000 single-use plastic cups with reusable cups is, engaging every fan in this field house. And that's really incredible. And hopefully having an influence not just on the organization, but on the city and on the sports industry.
Maddie Plank, Sustainability Project Coordinator for Pacers Sports and Entertainment, says once the cups are used at Gainbridge, they will be washed and sent on to another venue. A civil engineering and land surveying firm in southern Indiana is looking to grow its operations in the region. Copperweight Design Group plans to invest more than $4 million to establish an office in New Albany and add 12 jobs. The company currently has offices in Corydon and Jeffersonville. Indiana's unemployment rate fell 0.1% to 3.6% in June. Despite the drop, the Indiana Department of Workforce Development says the state lost 3,900 private sector jobs in the same month. June was the sixth consecutive month that the state's unemployment rate decreased. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
WFYI in Indianapolis is bracing for a major financial hit. IIB's Marek Mazurek has more.
Congress approved a Trump administration bill late Thursday that eliminates previously approved funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, cutting $1 billion from public radio and television stations nationwide. The move will slash WFYI's budget by more than $1.5 million, 11% of its total funding, and comes just months after Indiana lawmakers ended state support for public media. The dual blow totals a loss of over $2 million from the annual operating budget, according to station management. WFYI President and CEO Greg Petrovich said the funding cut directly threatens WFYI's ability to serve Indiana's communities. He said, quote, "We are deeply concerned about the impact this will have on our viewers and listeners across the state," end quote. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting has historically functioned as a financial backbone for local stations. It distributes federal funds to public media stations across the country. In Indiana, the stations that were most dependent on federal funding are Muncie-based Ball State Public Media, which receives nearly 45% of its budgets from federal sources, and Evansville-based WNIN Tri-State Public Media, where federal funds make up almost 43% of its budget. The federal cuts come on the heels of Indiana lawmakers in April eliminating almost $4 million in annual funding for Indiana Public Broadcasting Stations, a collaborative network of 17 radio and television newsrooms across the state. WFYI directly lost $590,000 in state funding, or 5% of its total budget at the time. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Crane Army ammunition activity is getting a new officer in charge as the large munitions base in Martin County continues efforts to modernize operations. On Thursday, Crane Army welcomed Colonel Aaron Cornett as the depot's new leader. Cornett takes over for Colonel Franiate Taylor, who is taking a command at Fort Knox. Cornett's appointment comes as Crane Army is undergoing significant changes. Earlier this month, the installation announced it has reduced its staff by about 300 personnel due to a mandate from the Trump administration. The staff reduction comes amid a 15-year, $285 million modernization plan, which included the opening of a new rail car yard earlier this year that hopefully will improve efficiency and safety of ammunition transportation. The Pike County Economic Development Corporation has unveiled a new housing strategy designed to spur population growth in the Southwest Indiana community. The strategy was developed from a recently completed study of the county's current housing situation, which projected that the population of Pike County will dip below 12,000 people by 2030. Ashley Willis is executive director of the EDC.
We're looking at new single-family housing availability and increase that inventory, but also looking at multifamily rentals and workforce housing is really important for us as well. So it's definitely, as a rural community, we've just needed more housing inventory, all the above types of housing.
The county's housing study identified the need for 285 new single-family homes and 190 new multifamily units. Indiana Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation leader Brian Schutt is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.